Hey everybody. Hope you guys doing alright. So, it's like just very, very, I just feel like there's a waterfall right behind my eyes of just tears that want to just come out. It's, then sometimes I get really angry. Um, it's like my heart's beating really fast. I mean, it's, I don't know if you guys have heard, just like the idea of a soulmate connection, when you really think about what, if you were to come into contact with your soulmate and you guys were to have some type of a interaction, whatever it may be, that's gonna probably leave a pretty big imprint because that person, I mean, you're gonna feel a connection you've never felt with anybody else. There's also going to be, I think, part of the reason why there's been, at least from my side of things, a lot of conflict and challenge is because for both of us is this is my opinion is you're dealing with soul, which would go back to the very core essence of who you are, like the deepest, your roots, like the most OG parts of yourself is what your soul is, right? So when you see that, or when you feel that in another person, or you come into that counter of you're coming to your soulmate, that's gonna that interaction is gonna bring out, it's gonna show you all the things that you're not really being real about inside of yourself. So like if you're not totally being authentic, or you're not on the road to being authentic or in that type of flow, it's going to be hard for you to be around them. You're going to feel uncomfortable because they're going to be in their real they're going to be speaking very fluently and from their authentic self, and you're not, and so you're not going to feel very aligned with their energy, which is going to create a discomfort with inside yourself, which it should be there because that pain is there for a reason, as all pain is there for a reason. It's telling you that you've come into contact with, the other side of yourself that can complete you, but because you're still not really being who you are and really loving yourself and taking care of yourself, the way you should, you're not really ready to vibe with that type of energy. That's part of what I think is going on. And I think, it's not just me not able to match up to her. I think it's also her not able to match up to me in different ways for each of us. And this is why, like, soulmates, in my opinion, it isn't. I used to talk about them being opposites, and that's not correct. They're not opposites. It's just it's like different pieces of the puzzles. Like they're just different angles of the same thing. But when you put those two different angles together, they fit perfectly. That's the thing about it is how well do those different edges fit together. Because those edges are representative of your energetical vibration, your personality, your energy, your soul. And that's what I think they talk about when, that, you complete me is literally, it would be like two pieces coming together and completing each other. And that's a lot like how it feels like, at least when I imagine it and a little bit of experience that I've had in this life, it leads that way. So, but if you're not totally in line with those edges of who you really are, then you're not going to be able to have that deep connection, and there's going to be gaps, missing here and there. But because you're so close to that other aspect of yourself, the other half of yourself, you can like see where you're off, and it it can motivate you, and it does motivate you, but it also can hurt, and it can also kind of push you away, and it can make you, at least for me, sometimes I feel intimidated. Another reason too is like my mind you know, a year ago, I felt a little bit smarter. You know, my mind was sharper. I was able to write a little bit better. I was able to just think better and just process things and communicate with people. I felt more confident. Like my just mentally, I was doing a little bit better. And I'm not doing quite as good. It's getting better, but it's still not where I was about a year ago. And you know, Joy's very intelligent. She's a very intelligent woman. So I think part of me is kind of intimidated because she is so intelligent, and I'm not feeling, you know, the most intelligent right now. So I just don't, you know, it's I don't want to, like, you know, let her down. You know, I don't want to be not, you know, I don't want to be able to not hold a conversation. You know, like right now I'm even having trouble speaking. So, you know, I mean, that's just another part of what's going on with everything. But I do know, like, since deciding to make this video and speak about this, like, it has tremendously helped. I don't feel like crying anymore. So, again, just remember, you know, whenever you're going through emotions, man, it does help to express them. And it's funny, too, you know, I started off, like, I didn't know if I was going to do some type of, like, emotional, like, oh, poor me video. I really didn't want to, but at the same time, that's how I was feeling. You know, and I tried just looking around, seeing what else was going on. It's like, man, I gotta let this out, you know. I don't know where it's going to go. I'm just going to see where it goes. And, you know, it is what it is, you know. But now that I just talked about what's going on, it helps me see where I am, and just, like, you know, that is what it is. I have a little bit more work to do on myself, you know. I'm still very fresh into, you know, healing from doing a lot of damage to myself for a long time. So it really is only natural that I'm going to have challenges and going through my everyday life. I mean, just normal shit is not, I mean, it's still hard for me to be around people just on a normal day-to-day basis without anything else going on. So it makes sense, no matter who it's going to be, presumably, that I'm going to have a little bit of issues getting along with them, you know, even if it's just a regular friend, because I'm just in such a flux mode myself right now. So, you know, I'm gonna not beat myself up too much, because I am doing good, man. It's not, the thing about addiction is it gets harder the longer you do it. So, like, you know, I mean, 36, you know, started when I was 17. That's a good amount of time, man. Or even younger than 7. Like, yeah. Well, I started opiates when I was 17. So, but anyway, I just want to share that with you guys. And all right, hope you all have a good one. Bye.